As far as her court documents go, that's where she says she lives.
That's significant because, I mean, what unknown some mysterious child abductor in a raincoat and covering his face would take the child and then go circle back to the home and hide the body on the home. I mean, it limits your pool of who you think is the killer.
What is up? It's iCkEdMeL, and I don't know if you guys have heard, I was browsing tonight different articles and I came across Nancy Grace, and apparently she joined Fox Nation, which is like some sort of streaming premium service, which I guess a lot of these companies are doing. You think about like Dr. Phil, and they put out a teaser. So in watching the clip that Nancy Grace put out there, it didn't, it wasn't anything groundbreaking, but it did give me a little bit of another perspective and just another thing to kind of look at, which I'm going to bring up in a minute. But her pointing out the significance of the body being found on the grandfather's property, which, he's the one that reported Evelyn missing to DCFS, which he stated that allegedly Angela, which is his ex-wife, she allegedly said that if he reported her missing, he would regret it.
Talked to my ex-wife, and I told her, I said, if Evelyn don't come home, I'm going to do something about it. And she said, you better not do that. You're going to regret this.
Now, when I was reading the Fox Nation article, I saw this here where it says psychoanalyst Dr. Bethany Marshall, she stated that where the body was found, okay, that it might indicate something between the killer's relationship and the property owner, the grandfather, the guy that just said the woman told him he's going to regret it. Now, just kind of following the path line of this story, okay, there was the reporter that was out there that night when they were doing the search of the body, Annalise, I think, or Ansley, I believe. And she stated that she heard somebody cry when the coroner came out, I believe. In the distance, somebody yell out.
Around the time the coroner was getting ready to leave, I did hear some screaming and yelling coming from the house.
Kind of just makes me wonder, like, if this was more than just, the things that were done to this child are horrendous.
He is a baby, has been discarded like a piece of garbage, just like the diapers, just like the clothing, just like the toys, and has been left all alone in this environment.
But I wonder if they was trying to put a message out there too, or send a message, or really hurt somebody in the process of doing this also, not just the child, just because it's just so wide there in that property, right? And it just happened to be 2 or 3 days after Angela bailed out and William McLeod bailed out.
Angela, when was the last time you seen Evelyn? Where's Evelyn? Do you know where Evelyn is, Angela? When was the last time you saw her? Get your hands off of me and back up.
Get your filthy hands off of me and back up.
Do you know where Evelyn is? Do you have anything to say to the public? Anything you'd like us to share?
Venus loves you.
Now, I want you to hear this clip from this person that Nancy Grace had on, Joseph Scott Morgan. He's in forensics and educated, and he gave his thoughts on the whole manner that the child was found in, that he says he believes it points the investigation in a certain direction. And I mean, if we're looking at it now, it is pointing in a direction of the mother. That's where I can see, even though you have these other very suspicious characters around her.
But we can learn, fortunately, a lot about the nature of the person that did this, because it goes to this idea of callousness, that you could take this fragile little creature and that you could do this. It points in a specific investigative direction.
Now, I'm not exactly sure what he meant by investigative direction, if he just meant the mother, or is there other angles to this? To me, it seems like they're focusing on the mother. And can you really blame them? I want to take you back to look at these two interviews, because if a child is missing and you have that mother of the child on TV saying, I know where the child's at, that's a problem.
Well, the reason I didn't report it or anything is because I knew the person who had her, and I didn't want them to run away with her. And as soon as they thought anything was going on, they just kind of vanished.
Mm-hmm. So you do know who has her? You do. Can you tell us who that is, or you don't?
I can't release anything further about that.
So the next interview that she did, I mean, it's just crazy what she says. We're going to watch it together. I'm going to interject a couple times in between, but it's insanity.
I've told TBI where to find her in Mendota.
Doesn't this first little clip just sound insane? Because, You're literally telling the public on national TV that you've told TBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, where your daughter is, and the implication is like they're just sitting and not doing anything.
My mom took her to a campground in a silver camper, and if they don't go tonight, I'm going to go find her myself.
I wonder why she decided to name drop now and a location now when previously she would not say nothing publicly.
So you do know who has her?
But now she's name dropping, and you would go there yourself. Well, how long would it take for a parent to go after their missing child if she believes truly that the police are doing nothing about it?
I was trying to protect my mom, maybe in hopes, oh, well, she'd just tell them where Evelyn was.
She was trying to protect her mom because maybe she would just tell them where Evelyn was. Does that make sense to you? Does that sound logical?
No, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, why didn't you report it missing earlier? Because my mom threatened me and I just want her back.
Well, Megan's claiming here that her mother threatened her, Angela, which would be the same woman, allegedly, that threatened Tommy.
And she said, you better not do that. You're going to regret this.
Which is where Evelyn's body's at. I'm not trying to implicate anything, but I'm just pointing out.
That's all I can think about is how much I just want her back.
And with that, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for all the support. Appreciate you. Take care of yourselves and peace. I hope that sounded cool or obnoxious. I'm not sure.